probably would have ducked this. You would have ducked this question like you ducked this episode. All right, watch this. To show you that I just wasn't on bullshit with you, this was going to be the good show. And these were going to be some of the questions. These are going to be the slides of the questions I was going to actually ask you pertaining to all this shit. So first I was going to ask you about Dead Game Records. Tommy Jones and Travis Johnson. They found the company in 2002, you know, and they signed Kevin Gates or whatever in 2005. Other than Gates or whatever, the most notable artist was the nigga Mac Minnelli. I did my homework. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to be like, damn, you did all of that homework and shit like that and still had time to make another joint about trolling me? Abso-fucking-lutely, because I'm great at what I do. I'm going to ask you about Kevin Gates, because Dead Game was founded in 2002. They didn't sign Gates to 05. And I was particularly going to ask you about it because you said in an interview, I believe on Change of Plans, you said that Gates was given all the help in the world. However, according to what I read about Dead Game, their practice was taking someone who already had an established buzz and shooting them to the top. They didn't develop anything from the ground up. That wasn't their business acumen. So I was going to ask you about that. Now, what's interesting, where I was probably going to get a little bit messy, you probably would have ducked this. You would have ducked this question like you ducked this episode. Now, I was going to ask you, was it strange for you having managed Nussie, and then you go right to Nussie and Boosie, knowing the words on the streets and all of the allegations that were floating around? Just a thought. I mean, if I'm messy for asking it, nigga, you're messy for doing it, ain't you? So all of this shit was planned out, nigga. Like I said, when I did this shit, it was either going to be an interview or a motherfucking hit, and you picked the hit.